He hit my foot. Did you see that?
Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, the scene out of Hitchcock's Playing Out in Sugar House Park. See the life-saving tricks that'll keep you from having your eyes pecked out.
Big boobs, little boobs, small ass, big ass, hips, whatever.
Sultry, sexy moves in the heart of Salt Lake City Burlesque School is now in session, and wait till you meet the teacher. The state of Utah will no longer require auto safety inspections. Time to loom up the truck and drive to Laverton.
Good morning, everyone. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream.
Best opening ever.
That's what we do in our spare time.
It was wonderful.
My brother's an architect.
I thought you were awesome.
All right, so the big news. There's a baby born, and no, it's not April the giraffe.
That poor thing.
Again.
Stop pressuring her. She'll do it when she's ready.
It's not her fault. It's the people who turned on the live cam 15 months ago.
Okay, let's go back to the monkey. What's going on here?
Utah Hogle Zoo came through.
Really?
Yeah, we got a monkey. It's actually called a really small monkey.
Is that one of the...
TT. That's a TT monkey. And
really?
you know whose back that TT is on?
Mama?
Daddy.
Really?
That's the way they play.
That's so sweet. Usually it's the mama. Oh, look at that little face. I want to go hold the baby.
You can't hold the baby.
Why can't I hold the baby?
Because that's imprinting. That's what they call imprinting, and they don't want you to
Then
imprint
maybe she'd like me.
on the little tiny monkey. That monkey's got to grow up and throw poo at people.
Oh, that's true. She's got a future. So I understand.
Which is a full-time job.
It's really not unlike our toddlers either, if you think about it.
No, it's really not.
It's pretty much the same.
I think this is so cool, Stephen Hawking.
Now tell me, he's auditioning for what?
His voice.
That is so cool.
Now, if you think about this, he has that really kind of old school.
Very metallic, robot.
I am
robotic.
here. I will. Now, this guy discovered black holes. He also discovered vanishing black holes. So you would think he would have upgraded already.
He's been busy discovering things.
Evidently, people want that job a lot.
Time to hide my new voice.
Stephen, it's me. Surely it has to be me. Listen to my voice. It's deep, it's sexy, it's got a tinge of physics.
Hi, I'm Rebel Wilson, and I'm reading for the role of Stephen Hawking. He's a really smart guy, so I think we'd be a perfect match, really.
I am the obvious choice. I'm intelligent, kind of, and I'm young and cool, kind of.
Hello, Stephen. It's Stephen here. Listen, I think my voice would endow your presence with an enormous authority. You'd also be able to use many cogently Oh, my earpiece has gone. You'd be able to use lots of long words and stuff.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh. How funny is that?
Oh, not Simon. No,
Simon.
not Simon.
Right,
no,
right.
no.
You're terrible. Get off my science bench.
Oh, Anna. And the sad part is he looked completely unimpressed with any of them. I think he might have actually rolled his eyes when Rebel Wilson came on the screen.
I think he fell asleep. So if someone, think about this, if someone was going to be your voice.
Samuel L. Jackson, duh.
Yeah.
Who else would you pick?
The CNN guy.
Oh, James Earl Jones?
Yeah, because he does.
He has a gravitas, that's true, but...
And he does the Arby commercials, so...
Well, that's impressive.
Where the meat is.
I'm sorry, but nothing's more impressive than Samuel L. Jackson. Plus, I would get to use the MF swear word all the time.
Because it's him.
Mm-hmm. So it'd be okay.
Don't do that, by the way.
Really? Because he would be so cool.
If I was Stephen, I would have selective responses with different voices.
I think that would be very helpful. Like days he was feeling more his feminine side. He would have like Anna Kendrick, and days he was feeling all boss.
And if you're
he'd be Samuel L. Jackson, and days he was kind of a jerk. He'd be Simon.
If you're ticked off, it's like Darth Vader.
Right?
Right?
I know. Intimidate the crap out of everybody.
How cool is that?
Well, good luck, Steve. We hope you get the right one.
Erin, this is
Fingers crossed.
just for you.
Yes.
And I didn't show you this for a reason, but I'm just going to show you the heading on the deal. Okay, read it out loud.
Maryland considers cracking down on drivers who linger in the left lane. Yes!
That's all I need to say. Go.
Thank you.
Talk to him. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I am so proud. No, you have no idea. I am not the only one. Is there anyone on this planet who drives up and down I-15 that doesn't want to set somebody on fire? Because there's always some guy sitting there with his arm out his window just kind of cruising like this. At like 55, in the passing lane. Remember, the left-hand lane is the passing lane. This is when we go around other people and then we get out of the passing lane so other people can also do this. And once you hit Point of the Mountain down in Utah County, it all goes to crap. Everybody is in the left-hand lane. Everybody. This should be ticketed. This was the whole point of the left-hand lane, for passing. So why are people there going 55 miles an hour? Nothing makes me crazier. Nothing. And they give you this, hey, yeah, I'm in charge because I'm in the left-hand lane. It's like, really, is your life this powerless? Get out of the left-hand lane. You did that just so I could let loose, didn't you? I feel better, though.
$150 a ticket, but now they've reduced it to $100.
It should have been $150.
It should.
And 6 months hard labor. Yeah,
Are you done? You feel?
You know, I actually feel a lot better. Thank you, honey.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Went to the park yesterday.
What was that about?
Danger. Danger for you and your family. Let's check this out. So you decide that you're going to go to Sugar House Park, and nice family sharing time, and maybe you're going to, feed the birds. It's dangerous. There's danger here at Sugar House Park, and that is the birds. The birds themselves. We're talking seagulls, we're talking pigeons, we're talking ducks, we're talking geese, and you think, oh, Mother Nature's so fun. Yeah, until the bread comes out. Don't look them directly in the eye. He hit my foot. Did you see that? He hit my foot. He hit my foot. I want you to protect yourself, camera guy. If you need to run, go ahead. And as you've noticed, I still have some bread. Why do I have bread? Look at these. That's why. Okay, back yourself to the car, throwing out little pieces of bread. Back away towards the car, still feeding them. Everyone's happy. And then plan your exit, watch yourself, pace yourself, and then into the car. This is no laughing matter.
Lives are being saved.
And the geese weren't even there. And the geese are there. They're about crotch level, and that's not good. I still haven't found our camera guy. All I found were shoelaces and belt. That's it.
We're so sorry.
Plus the fact, if you go down and do this, if you notice the seagulls, let's say you're 3 years old, right? It's like throwing your kid into a lion's den, because they're, anyway.
Yeah. But we could always have another kid, and getting back to the car is not as easy as it might seem.
And if you run out of bread, you're doomed.
So, it's...
All right,
sometimes
Daisy's...
a toddler is your only answer. All right, Daisy in the Gephardt Daily newsroom. Let's go find out what's going on. It's brought to you by Robert J. DeBry. Robert J. DeBry has offices in Salt Lake City, in Sandy City, and down in St. George. If you think you need help with a case, just go to robertdebry.com. It's also brought to you by Executive Transportation. They are taking you places. It's professional service and discreet and fantastic. You can call them at 801-874-8208. It's executiveutah.com. And also by Columbus Travel. Columbus Travel is having their big April sale where you can save hundreds of dollars off your trip. You can go to columbusvacations.com for more information. What's going on, Daisy?
Hello, everyone. Here's what's making news this Tuesday morning on GephardtDaily.com. The UHP has identified the driver who died Monday afternoon in that huge pileup on I-15 in Draper. 25-year-old West Jordan resident Christian Lantis was killed when his truck rear-ended a small passenger car and then was hit by an oncoming mobile home. Northbound I-15 was closed for nearly 5 hours. The UHP is investigating claims Lantis was on his cell phone at the time of the accident. 3 men are in custody and 2 others are being sought in connection with a terrifying home invasion in Washington Terrace. The attack took place at the Lake Park Apartments early Saturday morning when 5 men made their way into an apartment and brutalized the woman inside. Police arrived in time to catch 3 of the men. 2 others escaped and are on the loose. And say farewell to those annual auto safety inspections. Governor Gary Herbert signed a new law Monday ending the inspections. The governor says the move will save Utah drivers $25 million a year. Emission testing will remain in effect. And now a quick look at Tuesday's weather, where temperatures are expected to reach the upper 50s under partly cloudy skies. Warmer Wednesday, but then another round of rain and snow Thursday into Friday. That's it for now. More headlines 24/7 on GepphardtDaily.com.
Thank you, my dear Daisy. Going back to Nothing But Cakes, I have to remind you that April is having her 9th anniversary sale this Saturday. It's at 10389 South State Street in Sandy, right across from Southtown Mall. If you've never been into Nothing But Cakes, oh, honey, this is your chance to win free buntlets for a year. It's buy one, get one free buntlets. 25% of all of the adorable retail with all the super cute cake plates in the stands and all the birthday swag and the cards. And then, of course, you have cakes that are made of awesome, wonderful, rich, thick cream cheese frosting, and they can be delivered up and down the Wasatch Front. It's perfect for Easter, it's perfect for Mother's Day, and you didn't actually do any work other than go in there. But this is the perfect time, so we'd love to see you Saturday. As a matter of fact, we'll be out there at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., so come by and say hi. It's Nothing But Cakes 9th anniversary party this Saturday, April 1st, at 10389 South State Street in Sandy.
So Erin was out on the road last night. Went out
so cool.
out with the girls. And why don't you explain
Well, it was interesting.
what was happening?
I was just looking through City Weekly and I saw this introduction to burlesque class and I went, well, that's kind of cool.
We have something to show you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. All right, keep telling me.
So basically, I went there and I just wanted to check it out and see who was involved. Are these all bodies of supermodels?
Right.
And Delta Ray Dixon, of course, all clad in black in the front, is indeed the body of a supermodel. But she's teaching girls and men, by the way, of all shapes and sizes. You can see me in the back. I'm one of the other shapes and sizes. But it's such a great way to get in touch with like your inner femme fatale. It was fun. And it was one of those really nice moments where you actually got to feel really free and fun without having to feel self-conscious. And I think every one of us who's ever had like a gym moment where you're like, oh, I want to just go home.
Gym shaming.
Yeah, exactly. Or just that moment where no matter what you did, you didn't feel pretty. It was like the coolest moment. And you see from these girls, and they're wearing their sassy shoes, and everyone's got their tood going on and looking cool.
Right.
It was so much fun.
Now, what was the lady's name who was teaching it?
Delta Ray Dixon, honey. Because if you're going to be a burlesque dancer, you got to have a cool stage name.
All right, let's see her.
Burlesque,
She's right
in
there.
its purest form, is to tease or make fun of. I want people to feel the way that I felt when I finally finished taking my classes and I hit the stage for the very first time. It's an adrenaline rush like no other. It's you know, like throwing yourself out of a plane, only you're throwing yourself to an audience and you're bearing your body.
See?
Isn't she cool?
How did you feel about it?
You know what? It was a lot of fun. I want to go back with my sisters and take her next class. Her
Right.
next round starts in mid-April.
And they're
And
full.
for all three of us, it would be wonderful.
It would be.
Yeah, so we're going to talk to her actually coming up next, and I want you to get to know her a little better because she's just adorable.
All right, coming up next on the Todd and Erin Morning Street.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at GepharttDaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page. Delta Ray Dixon in studio. How did you pick your stage name?
I chose my name because I wanted something that did the classy side of the spectrum and the not so classy, a little bit more raunchy. And also I could bring in that comedic value, so I wanted something that did the Southern Belle Plantation and the trailer trash.
Trailer trash.
A pleasing mix, it's true.
Well, you also have to have the double first names that are
Always.
quintessential of the South.
You know, it's funny. This show was so hot, this class, that it actually fogged up Richard's camera
Look at
lens,
this.
or cameraman Richard.
I think that's Richard
You know,
breathing
it's
on the
entirely
camera.
possible. Now, if you actually watch the video now, you can see that there were really women of all shapes, women of all shapes and sizes. You even had a gentleman there. Now, see, I would expect everybody to be in that kind of class to have like your body, which is essentially like a supermodel's. But it was all body types. Is that important?
That is incredibly important. The thing that I learned immediately about burlesque when I saw my very first show is that I actually did not fit into their bodies. Every girl there was curvy, was plus size, every single age, every hair color, tattooed, not tattooed. It was literally every single body that you could see, and a couple men. So I know that having my body type doesn't really correlate, but my message is to spread body positivity. Not everybody fits into social norms, and I wanted something that everybody felt comfortable with, because there's the body positivity, there's tolerance, there's creative freedom, there's sex positivity.
There's balance with those heels on.
Yes, there's balance.
There's coordination, and there's grace, and I was just really impressed.
Well, I kind of cheated. I had specifically dancer shoes on for ballroom dancing. The other girls, though, were a little bit more bold and a lot more harsh on their ankles.
5 inches.
Yes. We actually, after class, applauded Chelsea for coming in and wearing those heels.
I know, right?
Yourself,
yeah,
right?
No, I don't do that in dance class. That's no, I don't do that.
So if other people wanted to join in, because I don't think a lot of people know this is out there.
No, they really don't. A lot of the people that are taking my class right now had absolutely no idea that burlesque even existed in Utah. Yeah,
oh my gosh.
There are several troops. There's the Candy Cabinet Cabaret, which is a collective. There's Burlesque Circus. There's Duchess Burlesque, and they actually might be defunct now. There's a lot of defunct troops too.
It's exhausting. And
you can't keep up.
And you're the Beehive Broads.
I'm the Beehive Broads. Yes,
Burlesque.
I am the leader, the queen bee of the Beehive Broads.
So how do they get a hold of you if they want to do this?
I have a website. Well, actually, I have a personal website, and then I have a Beehive Broads website, and we also have Facebook, Meetup, Twitter. Wait, no, we don't have an Instagram. I have an Instagram.
Easiest way is deltaraydixon.wordpress.com, and then you can find out all the information on performances, classes. Like, the second one sounded really intriguing to me because the first one's beginning burlesque, and then you had beginning burlesque
props. Yes.
Now explain that.
As you'll know, you can't just dance on stage. Well, I mean, you can, but it's good to have a prop. So we have stockings and gloves and boas.
This is like what was the movie Apollo 13, right? And if you remember, there's a scene in there where John Glenn is sitting in the audience and have a lady doing the fan.
We do have ostrich fans.
That was a weird analogy, I know.
But it's still cool, though. It's true. Now, here's the part that I loved about this the best, and we talked about the body positivity, but the fact that every one of those women was totally owning it by the end of the night. And in real life, you know, even when supermodels are like photoshopped in magazines, it was so nice to see real bodies get to be sexy and hot. Does it take a while for that kind of metamorphosis?
It does. We actually had a long discussion at the end of class because I tracked their progress. I also track how naked you get throughout the class. I mean, nudity isn't required, but you know, some of these girls come in, they've got full baggy pants on, a big, you know, baggy t-shirt, but by the end they're in shorts, a tank top, and 5-inch heels. Like, they're beyond me. Like, my students were more naked than I was. I was in full pants. I had my tiny little shoes on. I had a tank top. They were more naked than I was.
So is there one metamorphosis that just amazes you? Somebody that came into your class and turned out to just be this swan?
Actually, yes. There. I don't know if I could say names.
Maybe
no. Lizzie.
Yes.
Lizzie.
Actually, yeah, Lizzie. We'll go with Lizzie. Okay. She came in and she was one of those that had the full baggy clothes on, and the first 3 or 4 classes, you know, she stayed pretty well in her clothing.
Right.
And then we came to our tummy and core week, which is always the most difficult week because that's women's problem area. It's the stomach. It's the stomach. And she came in and she just owned it. She wore a crop top and had her stomach completely exposed, and she was owning it. Oh my God, I wanted to like cry and like hug her and like clap, and I just wanted to stop with class, but you know, you don't really want to like focus. Like, people are like, hey, she's naked.
I don't want to point out the soft underbelly, but look at it, it is so cute. I know, exactly.
Once again, how do they get a hold of her?
Oh, well, actually, my website, beehivebroads.wordpress.com, is where you can find all the information. There's even tabs that specifically describe each class.
Thanks for the help you gave Erin.
No problem.
Where do you buy fans?
Where do I buy fans?
Ostrich
man,
feather
you have to buy them
Oh.
online. Yes.
Well, thanks for being with us today.
No problem. I had a really great time. I'm so glad that you came to class.
It was wonderful. Now, you're going to have to let us come back when you do your next performance, because you know we got to see the whole thing on stage.
Yes, it's all on my my website.
List.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I'm actually submitting to my first festival.
Very exciting.
Very excited.
All right, once again, guys, it's Beehive Broads Burlesque, WordPress.com if you want to find out more information about Delta Race classes. I'm totally bringing my sisters, and we're starting on the 17th. It's going to be awesome.
And I'm going to watch the video again.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation, elegant service, professional staff.
We've got a bunch of stuff here I want you to hang out for, and plus we're going to have a pelican. You like pelicans? Okay, we're going to take
We're brought to you
care
this morning by Executive Transportation, elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And by Columbus Travel, the best travel deals on the planet. Be sure to take advantage of our April sale, columbusvacations.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
All right, I have one question for you. Are leggings pants?
Everyone knows leggings aren't pants, but nonetheless, they're extremely comfortable, and they're very easy to travel in. And so when United got all weird about this, I didn't fully understand. See, the story is these 4 teenage girls were trying to get on board. Now, they were all flying on employee passes. So basically, if you're an employee of the airline, you get a discounted pass. And in return, they want you to just follow kind of like the dress code.
Okay, well, let's look at this, because these are leggings that we're talking about, obviously.
Okay, so yeah, of all the fashion crimes I've ever seen in my life, this is like the least offensive. And there was a woman who was live tweeting from the plane going, the flight attendants throwing these kids off. They were all girls under, I guess, 14. And 2 of them, I guess, managed to pull dresses out of their bags, and they were able to get those over their tops so that they could sort of look, I guess, the way she thought they should look.
Right.
And the other 2 got thrown off the plane. And United did not handle it well. They just issued this thing that basically had a highlighted copy of their dress code, which really said nothing about leggings at all, by the way. It didn't even mention them. It just said, code that should be like, you should be like that.
It was for the safety of the planes and the passengers.
That's literally what they said. Now, the thing that's so ridiculous about this is that if you remember, there was one flight you and I were on, and this girl, I swear it was still for Todd, and I'm not clear on this, but she literally put down her carry-on bag right in front of the aisle, blocking everybody who was still trying to come on. Todd and I were sitting there.
Erin hates this.
So she bent over, and her butt is right in Todd's face, and she's wearing those ridiculously low jeans with kind of like the G-string underwear. And so basically, she's exposing her fanny to a good, our right side of the plane. And she's sitting there sifting through her bag fairly leisurely for about 4 minutes until the flight attendant said, we've got a backup of people who are trying to get in. And I'm like, so that one's fine, but you were offended that 13-year-old girls were wearing leggings? Of all of the fashion crimes I've seen on a flight, no, but think about it. People with bare feet who have got just the god-awful smell. People maybe who have got the armpit thing, or they bring the smelly food on. Those people are okay. But 13-year-old girls in leggings are wrong, horribly wrong.
I didn't know you had such trouble with a lady in the aisle with her butt.
Are you kidding me? She was sticking it in your face. It seemed kind of random to me.
It was first class, wasn't it? Okay, so they got on the plane and everything.
2 of the girls did. 2 of the girls got thrown off. But it was just kind of a random, like, okay, but yeah, and the health and safety of the plane, how does that impact the health and safety of the plane?
I don't know.
I would have hated to have been the mom on the other side wondering where my kid was.
I want to tell you a story.
Yes.
And this has to do with history, but I'm going to see if I can make it interesting for you. All right, so in Wisconsin, Native American area, okay, and they're doing archaeology. Now, they're digging down, and let's see what they found right here. They found this pot.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so at this point, it's 800 years old. And now at this point, archaeology gets kind of boring. So let me add a little backstory on it. Okay, there's this kid named Bob, all right? And his mom, Ethel, told Bob to go out and plant what was in that jar out into the fields, all right? So as on his way out there, he meets this girl, Cindy, and they decide to go skinny dipping instead. So what Bob did is he buried that pot in the dirt. And in the pot were these.
Those are pumpkin seeds, right?
Well, they look like pumpkin seeds.
What is this like a recent? So this is what's left after all of these years.
800.
And they look completely intact, more or less.
Let me give you an idea what 800 years is in our time. Till the Hun was still fighting people. 800
That's
years.
amazing. And they were that intact.
All right, so guess what they did?
What?
They planted some of the seeds.
Just to see?
And some of them grew.
No.
Yeah, some of them grew.
No way.
Matter of fact, they look just like that. A forgotten vegetable.
Yay for squash.
It's like a squash. And
That's
now
like
they
an
have,
heirloom squash now.
and now they have the seeds, so they may take this forward. You don't want to know what it's called?
What?
It's called a, it's a really impossible name. But here, right here, that one.
Gete Oskaman.
Right.
Oh,
Which
Gete Oskosomen. Gete Osko. Gete
That's enough.
Oskosomen.
I could have done that. Which means cool old squash. And so they went to the elders.
Is that the Latin designation?
It's a good sense of humor. And the
Menominee.
Those guys, they actually responded by, "We see your humor." So, 800-year-old seeds. I think that's incredibly interesting.
I can't believe that they sprouted, and that we have this like whole new squash that hasn't been on the planet for 800 years.
I can't believe Bob got away with it.
Well, we never know what happened to Bob.
There's certain people.
He came home.
Yeah, it's true. Or it's 4 weeks when nothing came up in the field.
Yeah, that would have been a dead giveaway.
Well, worth it though.
That was very exciting. It was like one of those dramatic reenactments on the History Channel.
Yeah. Oh.
Except for completely unrealistic.
Right. The name Bob and Ethel were totally fictional to protect them. Right. So, you want to see someone who's really irritating?
Why?
Watch this.
My name is Yannis Ikonomou. I'm from Greece and I speak 32 languages.
Really?
32 languages. I'm so impressed. Now he's Greek, right?
Yeah.
32 languages.
32 languages, that's correct. They have a name for that.
Smartest guy in the world?
No, it's like monopolyecic syndrome or something.
That's amazing, though.
And they pick up languages like he's an interpreter. 30 languages. I know 4 words in French, and I know...
Well, but they talk about that, though, that the pattern of the brain, the topography of your brain actually changes every time you learn a new language. And it makes it incrementally easier to learn a new language after that. That's one of the reasons that you want to start your kids as early as you can. That's why he's always going into French, because it literally does. It creates new neural pathways.
Whoa.
It changes the way you use your tongue. It literally
Right.
changes the muscles of the mouth, because you have to use different structure than you would for just English.
Right.
And so the more you learn, the faster your brain is at replicating the new patterns. So it's not like it's not like it's super easy for him, but it's kind of like a boulder going down the mountain. The faster it goes, the more you're picking up with it.
It is called hyperpolyglots. That's who he is. He's
Hyperpolyglots.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm very jealous.
And he can say it in 32 languages.
Yeah, which is always the cool
The
part.
question is why, when I was growing up in school, in elementary school, they started teaching us French because they thought that was going to be the international language, like France was going to take us over and we'd live under their regime.
That's adorable.
With baguettes. So why would we teach her? Because it's not going to be an international...
French?
Right.
No, the reason why is French is actually one of the international languages. If you remember the Olympics, it's one of the 3 languages that they use consistently when they're addressing all sporting events, because it's one that is actually assumed to be one of the international languages.
I like when
There's 3 or 4 that are recognizable. It's not like you're going to use the African click languages and go, for the 6-meter race. It's not going to happen. But it is one of those that it's achievable. By almost all the Romance languages, you vaguely have a concept of what they're saying. And so that's
French?
one of the reasons.
Really?
It was either that or Mandarin, and I can't help her with her Mandarin homework, okay?
Mandarin. Who's the politician guy who can speak Mandarin?
That was our very own John Huntsman.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So Mandarin would be, or Chinese, would that when they take over?
Mandarin is Chinese. It's just the higher caste form of the Chinese language.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't speak 32 languages. I'm going to show you a picture of something, Erin.
Are we moving on now? Is that what you're trying to share with me?
I want you to use your construction eye and brain and look at this picture. Okay. What happened here?
It looks like there's 3 gigantic bites taken out of the road, like chunks.
Right.
I don't know, just like water damage?
Water damage.
Those are 3 big bites.
Heavy equipment?
Maybe, yeah.
Rolled over on the side?
Sure.
Maybe some people pulling a camp trailer. going off into a great thing where they're going to eat some
It would
s'mores.
be, it would be heavier
and
than
stuff.
that because that's big.
Well, you're wrong.
Okay.
Badgers. We don't need no stinking badgers.
Badgers?
Badgers are doing that.
Badgers ate up the road.
They did. And go ahead and tell them where.
Are you serious?
This is so English. Go ahead.
We've closed Sandy Lane and Broughton near the Broughton Burlesque car park, as it appears badgers have been tunneling under the road, causing subsidence.
Daisy is going to kill you because that was a really bad
My
English
accent
accent.
sucks.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what they found. They found out the badgers were undermining the road, and they have a badger problem.
How do you handle a badger problem of undermining the road?
Very carefully because they're really mean, and they get really flat.
And bitey.
And they dig, so they have those.
Isn't that like a lot of badgers to do that much damage, though?
It's happened in other places too.
I kind of would be entertained though by having that as the problem. You have badgers.
Yeah.
Not water damage.
By the way,
or, ice jams. We have badgers.
We don't need no stinking badgers. It was really fun. And I got nothing from you. I am going to leave you. Speaking of animals, we talked about the new monkey at the Guuurl Zoo.
I know. I'm so excited.
A TT monkey.
I want to go meet her.
And she's great. Still no giraffe, baby, none.
Will you leave Alice alone? She'll do it when she feels like it.
15 months.
She'll do it when she feels like it. Maybe they were wrong on gestation.
When
they don't
you were
know.
pregnant, it was long enough.
It really was, and I was a month early.
Right. But I'm going to leave you because we all like birds, don't we? We all like the ocean. We all like piers on the ocean. I want you to see what this guy did and notice the bill on the pelican. Let's see it.
Oh my God!
Awesome. Good to help him. Sorry. Is he a really strong bird, or I'm just?
You gotta be careful because this beak will.
Yeah, look at the point. I almost feel like someone should be holding. Yeah, look at the point at the end. Yeah, can you hold it together? And you still.
Okay, now we gotta figure this out.
And there's one right there in your hand too. That's the line.
Want to throw some trash? Yeah, this we gotta get this out of his mouth. Okay. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, can you hold it?
Awesome, guys. Awesome, guys. What a good deed you guys did today.
It's gonna hurt a little. Yeah, easier to speak right.
Get in.
Oh,
bless
you. Good?
Just get out of the way quick.
Yeah. Somebody was dying.
Where's your phone? What an awesome.
Wait, keep it right there.
What an awesome. Good?
Yeah, there you go.
Totally begging for
And they
it.
release him, and everyone's happy, and then the pelican has something fun to tell his friends.
Man, I was like held down.
See? Set him free.
I felt very violated, but of course I can eat now, so
Off
that's
he
good.
goes.
Look how happy everybody is. They're all rooting for him.
That's just awesome.
That makes me very happy. That was gorgeous.
All right, well, thank you, everyone, for joining us today on the Todd and Erin Morning Stream.
And do not forget, you can always find us 24/7, just like Netflix. We're always there hovering, just outside
Lurking.
your view. Yeah. We're always on Facebook. You can always find us on YouTube, SoundCloud. And the easiest way, GephartDaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
We'll see you tomorrow.